Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jam and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. And today's video is episode 155 in the Throwback Thursday series I'm doing using old makeups. Not oogie old, just not talked about old. And today's palettes of choice is a request from my new friend Diane. She's just kind of found my channel and mentioned that she had both of these palettes and wasn't really sure what to do with them. So let me show you the first one. I have most of the Natasha Denona Circle Loco palette. I dropped the original palette in its original packaging several times, and eventually that gorgeous blue shimmer just, it got to the point where I could no longer save it. And the really light pink and really light minty green shade never really showed up on me, so I didn't bother keeping them, which I'm now regretting because I definitely could have used them to mix and match and, you know, modify other eyeshadows with, but I burned that bridge and cannot do that. The other palette she requested was the Zendo palette, and I thought, what if I just kind of used both of these together where I need it? I will also do another look with just this palette for you, Diane. But for today, if I need to boop into this one to blend out any of the Circle Loco shades, I thought I could do that. I'm going to start doing the eye look and then we'll chat whilst I'm doing that. Both of these palettes are gorgeous. So, okay, I also want to mention, which I forget every single week, that Erica Cocker here on the YouTubes, but also my really, really good friend. We are, Erica, Shani, and I are we're a trio. We have this crazy codependent relationship, which in Shani's professional opinion tells us it's not necessarily a good thing, but it is what it is. I don't know what we're gonna do about it. As long as the three of us remain friends and available, we'll all be okay. If one of us should fall off, well, let's not imagine what happens then. Anyway, she does a Throwback Thursday video every Thursday as well. She started 40 videos ago, I think she said. I think this week will be 41. I'm really bad at remembering things, particularly numbers. So don't quote me, but definitely go and check out her Throwback Thursday videos because she has a lot of palettes. I don't. And it's really, really cool to see all the different things out there. Okay, I will of course have her linked in the description box just in case you're not already subscribed to her. You should. She's lovely. She's sweet. She's fun. She does makeups for a good time. She's not a professional makeup artist. She just loves makeups like I do. So, okay, let's stop yammering and get into this look. I'm going to take my slightly used but cleaned off Refer 15 Mini, and I think I'm going to dip into the pink shade and start working that through my crease transition area. I have hooded eyelids, so I have to bring everything up higher than I normally would. If you have regular eyes with regular crease, you would put this probably in your crease and then maybe just a tiny bit higher if you want to use it as your transition shade, which I am doing because it is the lightest shade in my quote-unquote palette. So I'm just going to use my brush and blend, blend, blend. I can dip into the Zendo palette if I need to, but we're just going to go with this for now. I'm going to go for a little bit more and starting down at the very bottom of that line, just deepen it up a little bit. I don't know how wearable this look will be if you're thinking like working in an office and wearing makeups, but the reason I was so excited for this palette to begin with was because it wasn't a neutral, wearable, you know, quote unquote daytime or office appropriate. It was color and fun, and it was my first experience with Natasha Denona doing something like that. So let me just whack on the other eye real quick. It takes a bit longer and it's, you know, a bit more work, but if you only have mid to darker eyeshadows at your disposal, whether it's in a palette or whatever the situation is, if you put a little bit on your brush and you just barely swoop over your skin, you can get a lighter application so it will look like a different shade or a lighter shade. It takes a bit more work for sure, but it is doable if you're in a pinch. So, I mean, I could definitely leave it like that and be totally fine, but I'm gonna boop into the shade called Relief in the Zendo palette. Just a nice peachy. And I'm gonna take that just along the edge. And that will give us a bit more of a diffused, blown out look up here, which, you know, is definitely something we strive, or at least I strive for when doing my makeup. I like a nice, smooth, soft transition. And per usual, I can make any adjustments when I can get close to the 10x. Now the question is, do we do orange, purple, pink, or that greeny blue color? I really wish you could phone a friend, but I'm filming this during the week, obviously, and Jackie Boy is at school, and he's my friend. So I'm going to use my gently used, but I'm cleaning it off, Forever 13 into the dark purple shade. And starting on the pink, but at the very bottom of it, we'll just start building that up as my like actual crease shade. I like a bit more depth. If you don't, you could totally leave it as with the pink as the darkest. Bring it down here and slap on a shimmer and you're good to go. But I like to play and fuss a bit more and be attacked by my hairs. I'm gonna put that on the very outer corner because I'm gonna use the metallic-y dark purple shade on my crease as well, or on my lid as well. Purple and pink just work so well together. And you know, I know a lot of people really love Natasha Denona eyeshadows, color stories, all the things. But I think her matte formula is a little bit difficult to work with. Maybe it's just me and, you know, my limited skills, but it does make me wonder if I'm doing something wrong or if I just don't have the same feelings towards it as a lot of people do. I'm gonna go back in with the pink on the brush that we were using with the pink eyeshadow and just blend along the edge of the purple. Yeah, I mean, it feels like more work than it should. right, I'm gonna leave it there for now because again, I need to get closer to the mirror to see what I'm doing. On my Refer 21 dry, I'm gonna go into the dark metallic-y purple shade. And that's gonna go right along the edge of the matte. I really think the shimmery shades in this palette are, most of them are more like a satin, but you could totally use them all over your whole eye. Like you could use them in your crease if you wanted to, and I don't think it would look weird if you're somebody who thinks that shimmers and metallics should only go on your lid because of the formula. It's not super shimmery and shiny. Now that goes on very, very nicely. You know what? I'm going to take it all the way out. And with a dark shade like this, you want to make sure you get it down to your lashes, especially if you don't line your upper lash line, which I don't usually. Sometimes I do. I'll use an eyeshadow to do it, but you want to make sure that there's no fleshy tones coming through at the lash line. Okay, I think that looks pretty darn cute. I'm really feeling like this should be kind of a gradient. So now we're going to go into, I want to say it's Razzle Dazzle. I could be wrong. I haven't used this palette in such a long time. But put that on the center. And then we'll use the icy purple shade for the inner corner. I think that could be fun. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm really liking that. I'm definitely gonna blend over where those shimmery shades meet. I just want to get the lightest shade laid down, and then I can boop over everything. Are you not wanting to get on my brush? Okay, it's there. It didn't look like it was picking up at all. That's really pretty, and obviously it needs to be blended, but I like that. Okay, so starting on the inner, I'm just adding a bit more of the lightest shade. Then I'm going to flip my brush over and get some of the Razzle Dazzle on the other side. And I'm going to put the majority of it in the center of the pink, and then boop over the edge, and I'll flip back and forth between the Razzle Dazzle and that lighter shade. And if we need to, we can just get a little bit more, and then boop, and then clean the brush off again. And same thing, Razzle Dazzle, the middle, but towards the purple, and then go in on the other side of the brush with the purple, and do the exact same thing. Blend those two shades together as well as you can, you know, so it doesn't look like lines. Just want to get it to meld in nicely. I'm going to do the pink and the light again because I feel like that's still a bit too harsh. And now I'm kind of just tapping. I'm not really dragging or rubbing, just tapping over it. That seems a bit more smooth. Okay, and then last step for this part, I'm going to take the pink brush, or well, the brush with the pink, or whatever's left, and just run it along the edge, because we're not going for that faux cut crease today. We're just looking for a nice, smooth, pretty blend. And I think that is gonna do it. So I'm gonna go finish up the other eye, whack on my face. I think we're gonna go with purple liner in the waterline. Some mascara, and I'll come back and show you the finished look, and that will be Throwback Thursday done. I may even, while I'm off camera, think about how we could use these two palettes together and do a couple of maybe swatches for looks that you could put together. Okay, I'll be back. All right, I'm back, and clearly everything is done. Let me scoot you in for an up-close reconnoiter at the eyes. Okay, really quickly, I just want to tell you what else I put on my face, because I went old. My Sephora blush, this is in the shade Hey Jealousy. Such a good blush. I didn't go too heavy with it because, you know, the eyes. And my highlight is the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow. That's a throwback for sure. My bronzer is the L'Oreal Infallible, and my contour is the Kevin Aqua. Look at this. I've been using the heck out of my makeups. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I don't know how much you can see on camera, but the matte shades in the Natasha Denona Circo Loco just aren't amazing. It was kind of a lot of work to get them to blend out. The pink and the purple both. Equally not amazing, but the metallic-y shimmer shades are absolutely gorgeous. I considered using the orange or the like minty green on my inner corner, but decided just to go with the highlight. But I thought we could, just for funsies, maybe pick one of the funkier shimmery shades out of the Circo Loco palette and pair it with something out of the Zendo, just to maybe give us some ideas of how we can use both without maybe struggling with the matte so much from Circo Loco. The relief shade that I used to blend out the pink was fantastic. Really liked that one so much. And I honestly think that you could pair that shade, which is on my finger, really pretty, with that greenish shade from Circo Loco. I mean, that is a stellar combination. Just the pink and that peach shade, again, absolutely beautiful. And let me just get this cleaned up so I can maybe try a couple more. Let's try the shade Balance. It's not quite your regular tan. It almost has like a mustard undertone, which I think is fabulous. And that would easily pair with the orange. And then we have the kind of gold orange right there. But also the gold on my pinky with that would be a really nice combination as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. What about if memory serves, the orange matte in Circle Loco is a pretty decent matte shade. And then we have this kind of minty matte from Zendo, or the green. I mean, it's definitely looking like fall, maybe pumpkin-ish. You could pair it with a little bit of flow on top, and you've got another combination. Yeah, what could we pair with Vigor? I mean, I really want to do some looks with this palette, but just for some ideas, in case you were thinking you wanted something sooner rather than later, I honestly think any 4 square in this palette would work together. Literally any 4, any way you cut it. Even this 4 would be, you know, kind of almost sheeny mattes with like a shimmery, sheeny shimmer-ish, but they would all go beautifully together. And there's a hair on my lip making me crazy. Okay, the Zendo palette, I don't know why I forget about it. It's gorgeous. But I'm thinking Vigor from Zendo with the orange from Circle Loco. That is really pretty. You could even do Vigor and Raspberry. I mean, really, you could do so many things. That was my belly. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. And should I use the Zendo palette soon? Would you like to see multiple looks with it? Just maybe one wearable look? Let me know. This Yama shade is supposed to be like a duochrome. Just like pink and greeny gold. That's really pretty as well. Yeah, I think I have to use that one soon. So let me know what you think. But I honestly don't think that the mattes, the purple and the pink mattes in this Circle Loco palette aren't amazing. I think they would be great for packing on the lid. You know, as long as you're not trying to blend it out too much, because they don't like to blend. And I'm not like a professional or an expert at blending, but I do think I'm pretty good at it, and I really struggled, which isn't something we need to do. The shimmery metallic-y shades in this are fantastic. I just think they're great. But the mattes are definitely a bit of a letdown for me when you think about all the things we have available to us and how easy and lovely they are. Yeah, so I don't know, Diane, if this was helpful for you at all. If there's something else you want to see specifically with either one of these or with the combination, let me know. I'm happy to do it. I just love playing makeups. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like this look. I think I could have gotten it without using any of the mattes from the palette and just used the shimmery shades. I feel weird calling them shimmery metallic because they're not like super shimmery metallic, but they're nice. They're pigmented. They look really nice. They're not emphasizing the texture on my eyelids because, you know, 47, lots of texture on my face. You could see it with my highlight. I know all the cool kids say, you know, you don't want to emphasize that stuff, but here's the thing, it's there whether I put highlight on or not, and I can see it whether I put highlight on or not, and I love highlight, so I'm gonna put it on. But if that's not for you, that's totally cool. I absolutely get it. But yeah, so I guess that's that. Also, maybe worth mentioning, you could absolutely whack on 2 of these eyeshadows. Like I said, this orange, I believe, blends out nicely. So this matte orange and any of these 3 would look cute together. Or you could do the shimmers, like these 2 shimmers, or these two greens. You could do this green over here with this orange. You have lots and lots of options. It's just a matter of what colors you enjoy together. If you do green and orange, it might give pumpkin, which I'm not opposed to. I think it's cool. I really like orange and purple, orange and pink together. I think it's lovely. Orange and blue is one of my favorites, but of course I smashed my blue. But if you have it, I would definitely do that. I think it'd be beautiful. And I certainly could have gone into another palette and gotten a blue shimmer, but I did just do an orange and blue eye look for a Blue Monday not too long ago. So I try to mix it up. Okay, I really should stop yammering at you and go do something that is else. I think I'm gonna film another video with this look on. We'll see. I wanna get some pre-filming in before I take off for vacation, which I'm very excited for. It's gonna still be a little while, but yeah. I wanna have something for you to watch while I'm gone, even though I probably won't be able to comment right away or much if I have interwebs access. But okay, I'm stopping now. Hopefully you enjoyed this Throwback Thursday video. 155. That's pretty cool. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.